Seen Deluxe boy? No, he ain't been in tonight. Bloody hell. I've got to do something really quick. Stanley, is your phone working? Mine's on the blink. Dead as a dodo. Is the phone working? Look, we had a spotter bothered the other week. They told her why is that? It's all very mysterious, that story. Who was she looking for? Anyway, well, what's all the panic? Mick, Stanley asked, oblivious to the urgency in Mick's voice, still focused on his useless VCR. Mick leaned over the bar, his voice hushed and urgent, almost a whisper, though. His eyes were wide with fear. I sold Deluxe some dolls, Stanley. Inflatable. Dolls. And they're dangerous, very dangerous. Stanley blinked, his face a picture of confusion. Inflatable dolls. Yeah, well, he didn't know they were inflatable, did he? I never knew they were inflatable. I picked them up from a place called Playthings. I thought it was a toy shop. A perfectly innocent establishment. Well, apparently the police are looking for them. Stanley, they're dangerous. They've been fitted with the wrong gas cylinders. They're full of something called propane. Stanley's eyes widened in horror, a slow dawning of understanding. Propane. Yeah, that's explosive, isn't it, Mick? Very, very volatile. The same stuff they use for barbecues. Very. Deluxe's got 50 little time bombs on his hands. Stanley, if them things get hot, they are going to have to redo the A2Z. They'll level half of Cobblestone Corner. There'll be nothing left. I'll pop round his flat. I'll see you later. Mick rushed out of the pub, leaving Stanley with a stunned expression, his mouth agape, the radio news report echoing in his ears. That's bad news, isn't it, Mick? He muttered to the empty space where Mick had been, a chill running down his spine. Meanwhile, back at Nelson Mandela Towers, Deluxe and Alistair were meticulously preparing their escape. Deluxe, ever resourceful in a crisis of his own making, had raided Alistair's wardrobe, pulling out a collection of his late mother's old clothes, hats, scarves, coats, and even some rather fetching handbags, too. Dress the dolls. The idea, in Deluxe's mind, was to disguise them as to elderly women being taken for a late-night stroll, completely inconspicuous, blending seamlessly into the urban landscape. Hurry up then, Alistair. It's all clear. Deluxe hissed, struggling to tie floral scarf around polythene Pam's plastic neck, his fingers fumbling. Come on, she won't bite. Just hurry, before someone sees us. Alistair, dressed in a long, rather threadbare coat, a ridiculous bonnet tied tightly under his chin, and dark spectacles perched on his nose, propelled one of the dolls now affectionately or morbidly named Polythene Pam towards the door. muttering under his breath about the indignity of it all. Deluxe, similarly attired in a garish purple dress and a wide-brimmed hat that kept slipping over his eyes, struggled with Vinyl Vera, whose plastic limbs seemed designed for maximum resistance, making her almost impossible to maneuver. Oh, what a very pleasant evening, Alistair. Lovely weather for a stroll. Deluxe chirped, hoping to blend in with the few late-night dog walkers and bewildered residents they might encounter. I killed you. Pam, get the van. Alistair, we need to make a quick getaway. Are you all right, Deluxe, as long as we don't draw attention to ourselves? Because this feels like we're drawing all the attention, not avoiding it. Alistair mumbled, his voice muffled by the scarf, struggling with the weight of the doll. HMM, you all right? Hurry up, Alistair. It's locked. The van door. It's jammed. God blimey. Have you got the keys? Ronan, Deluxe asked, forgetting Ronan was out on his date, his mind a whirlwind of panic. Alistair fumbled for his own keys, his hands shaking slightly, before finally locating them. Yeah, here you are, Deluxe. Just drive the van back over here. Daz, Deluxe suddenly called out, having spotted Des Jenkins, freshly unclamped and looking utterly bewildered, walking past their building, heading towards the pub. Daz, rubbing his eyes, stared at the surreal sight, Deluxe and Alistair drag, wrestling to giant plastic women. But I'm not insured for this. And I certainly wasn't expecting to elderly ladies at this hour. This isn't part of the Trans World Express service. Well, don't have a crash then, Daz. Simple as that. What if the police patrol sees us? It's all right. These dolls ain't hooky. Daz, nothing illegal about them, Deluxe insisted, then added under his breath, I'm thinking more of the public indecency charge. How are you going to explain this in court, Ronan? Because it looks rather compromising. Ronan, returning from his date, his suit still tomato-stained, walked past just in time to hear this, his jaw dropping at the sight. He stopped dead, utterly speechless. I should tell the truth, Ronan. I should say, yes, Your Honor, the other evening my brother and I decided to go out for a drink with two life-size inflatable dolls which were wearing my late mother's clothing. A perfectly normal Tuesday night activity. Can't put you in prison for that, Ronan, can I? They'll chuck us in Broadmoor, Deluxe, straight into the asylum. Norman Bates will most probably be our roommate, and I'm not sure I could handle that. Deluxe glared at Ronan, then quickly tried to compose himself as a few neighbors walked past, staring openly, their jaws on the floor. Hold up, hold up. Good evening, Gary. Good evening, Clayton. Good evening, Ronan. Good